what we're trying to do is to see how does gender inequality also affects men and boys negatively. How do they have this continuous burden of providing? How do they have this continuous obligation to protect? And how do they feel that they are all alone in a household and they are the only caregivers, they are the only providers? So when we work on it all together, we have to have the realization that the burden is going to lessen on many of the men and boys, and at large the society is going to be healthier, more balanced. And this is where I think it's an important entry point when we come to celebrating or commemorating certain days like the International Women's Day or the 16 Days of Activism. I do not see it getting the prime space in media as it was when it first started, but it definitely did not die. And it did help in many parts of the world, putting in place legislative frameworks, policies. It made politicians and decision makers, law enforcers, more sensitized to the issue, and being very keen to be part of the solution and not to be seen as complicit.
What latest measures have been adopted by the UN to help women fight against the cyber harassment?
We've seen in some parts of the world this is even leading to the killing of women, but also the suicide of women. So we're now developing guidelines with our partners. One of the most important partners is the civil society, and then working with the law enforcement on how can they work on detecting, working with providers, search engines, big social media platforms, to exercise more of an oversight on what happens in their own platforms. South Asia is still the issue of violence against women is very high on the agenda in every single country in South Asia. And that is not necessarily being helped by the very rapid population growth in many of these countries. That is not necessarily being matched by equal economic growth. And that is creating more gaps to access services on the ground and to reach to the grassroots communities. So I would simply say it is ending violence against women is the biggest challenge. And I felt so small and little in front of these women. They go about their lives with a lot of pride, with a lot of resilience, with a lot of determination to change not only their own lives, but the lives of their own communities. And if this is a microcosm of what Pakistani women are, then I believe that we need to have a statue for every single Pakistani woman and girl in this country.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time for us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.